so many ideas that I think because again, if you've been in Bitcoin long enough and you understand the significance of individuals, hundreds of millions of individuals holding their own private keys, it fundamentally changes the relationship between individual and the state, right? It moves the balance of power, like I always say on this show. And I don't think we fully understand the significance of that. But if you're a big believer in the free market, right, the free market's never going to it's never had that much freedom, right? I don't know how else to phrase it, right?
That's
So,
exactly right. And the idea that you can have a free market where the form and supply of money is under the control of the state is absurd. In order to have a free market, you have to have a free market in the form and supply of money that's used by everybody. And the people who have been in charge of that know that private monies are very, very dangerous because all of the plans and machinations that they're working on all depend on an unlimited supply of money that they can manufacture at will. That's how they're able to have this military industrial complex, surveillance state, and all that other business. It cannot be paid for if the money supply is limited. And so that's not that's not the only thing. There's a lot of there are many, many cronies who make a fortune out of getting access to this fiat money first. And they're not going to be very happy with the new shape of the world, but they know that these things cannot possibly last forever. All fiat currencies have all gone to zero in the end. I think the average life of these fiat currencies over time has been 16 years, if you measure them all. So it's very important for them, if they want to maintain their positions of any kind, to get onto the Bitcoin network, become peers on the Bitcoin network, and use the existing infrastructure that they've built to start turning around Bitcoin for themselves. Otherwise, they're going to be replaced. It's as simple as that.
man, it's beautiful. It's crazy how and watching their reflex reaction, which is always relying on the monopoly of violence that they have, and just looking to that and watching them come to terms with the fact that that usual mechanism to keep that moat up doesn't work anymore, right?
It
And
can't work because everybody's going to be on a peer-to-peer basis. Means exactly that. It means people trading between each other, and there's not enough police to police them all. And
mm,
also, some of the pretexts they're using for so-called cracking down on Bitcoin are absolutely absurd, saying that it's being used for criminal enterprises. Well, even if it was, not all the people on Earth are criminals.
mm,
The vast majority of people, we're talking, I don't know, like 97% of people are law-abiding people, don't want any trouble from anybody, and they don't steal, they don't murder, they don't do anything else. So to lump everybody who uses Bitcoin or any other tool into that big, that cesspool, tiny little bit is completely ridiculous, and it's an overreaction. It's an overreaction that shows they're scared out of their minds about change, and I'm afraid that there is nobody that's going to react to them being frightened. Nobody cares that they're frightened. They just want to do things better. They want more convenience. They don't want their money stolen from them. And like this story of this guy who walked through the one country to another with $1 million, this is what they want. They want to be able to move from A to B with their money, or move their money from A to B without any problems. And I know some people who are doing some business in the West Africa, and it was very difficult for them to move money from A to B because the banking systems don't connect, don't talk to each other. And so with Bitcoin, all that goes away. All that goes away. The speed at which people will be doing business will just go through the ceiling. And also, bear this in mind, all of the e-commerce giants in the West will suddenly have access to billions of people, literally billions of people, who will all by their mobile phones be able to buy and sell over their platforms. Take, for example, Amazon. Just imagine if Amazon had an extra, not even 2 billion, 500 million users being able to buy on Amazon. You'd have to be insane to say no to that. And also, because Bitcoin is a push system, payer fraud is totally eliminated by it. So not only do you get access to many more people, but you get access to a tool that eliminates payer fraud and all of the costs that you have to eat to do that are associated with that. So people who are against Bitcoin are either ignorant, or they have a vested interest in keeping people away from Bitcoin, or they're just plain dumb. And there are people who are plain dumb in the world, and we have to live with them. But they're going to have to live in our world now, the Bitcoin mediated world, because there's nothing they can do to stop it.